Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is a Ratazah from the great millstone GMS Atlantic Camp with another video. And just wanted to stay in 2nd Esdras chapter 5. All right, my last video I covered the 7th verse where it says in the excuse me no that was 7th verse I'm gonna do in this video, but I did a video on the 9th verse where it says, "In the salt waters shall be found in the sweet." All right, so now in this video I'm staying in this chapter, and I'm gonna cover verse 7 where it says, and I'll just read it. 2nd Esdras 5 verse 7: "In the Sodomitish Sea shall cast out fish and make a great noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof." All right, so what does that mean? As a matter of fact, I might as well just start from the top in this chapter and just read into it. All right, so you can get it. Lord willing, you be edified. 2nd Esdras 5 verse 1: "Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith." All right, so this is talking about the times that we're in and the times that we're going into. All right, the end times. All right, many are going to be taken in a great number, speaking about the high amount of casualties. Okay, the amount of people that are going to die and perish. And it said the way of truth shall be hidden. All right, and it says, "And the land shall be barren of faith." All right, that's talking about, right now you can see that. I mean, even though the truth is public, we're out there on the forefront, but it's like the truth is hidden because you don't see a whole lot of people stopping to hear the word of the Lord. So it's like the truth is hidden in a way. But then in the times to come, all right, the truth is really going to be hidden because the prophets are not going to be out there, and the truth is not, you're not going to be able to obtain or get the understanding to what's happening at that time. And it says the land shall be barren of faith. All right, you see that now. The land which is going into Babylon the Great is barren of faith. The only ones that have the faith is a small remnant. All right, those of us that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, verse 2 it says, "But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest." You see that now. Sin upon sin is what the word iniquity means. And you see that. The earth is in the worst state that's ever been. It's the most wicked. Satanism is at an all-time high. People are losing their damn mind. All right, that's a sign of the end. And it says, "Or that thou hast heard long ago." And then it says 3: "In the land that thou seest now to have roots." All right, so we see America, we see Babylon the Great. It's established, it's rooted in the earth. Its wickedness is rooted. It says, "Shalt thou see wasted suddenly." So this is what is going into the nuclear destruction, the nuclear fire, the ultimate judgment that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to bring upon Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, so you see it now. You see it's rooted in the earth, but in a sudden, this place is going to be wasted by the missiles. And then it says, "But if the Most High shall grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the 3rd trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day," which sun and the moon represents wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And the trumpets, it speaks about the trumpets in Revelations, the 1st trumpet, 3rd, 4th, 7th trumpet, and all that. All right. Verse 5, it says, "And blood shall drop out of wood," which goes into how there's going to be so much bloodshed, and such a high amount of dead bodies and people getting destroyed, that the blood is just going to be mingled everywhere, man. Mingled with the elements. It says, "And the stone shall give his voice. Stones represent the infrastructure of this place, basically these buildings, these monuments, these structures that have been built. The voice represents the noise that it's going to make, once they're getting blown up by the bombs and the missiles. All right. Pardon me, because what does the scripture say? That the day shall come that shall yeah, I know I'm butchering it. Let me get it real quick, and then we'll continue on. It speaks about the great noise in Peter's. Yeah. 2 Peter 3:10. All right, new heaven and new earth. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. All right, what's the great noise referring to? It's referring to the nuclear destruction. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works there that are therein shall be burned up. So when it says that where we left off at verse 5, so when it says, and the stone shall give his voice, the voice is talking about that great noise that's going to happen, or that's going to occur when the nukes drop. All right, so I just wanted to bring that out real quick. Right, and it says, and the people, back in 5, and the people shall be troubled. Right, yeah, it's going to be a troubling thing to see such a great destruction that the Heavenly Father through Yahweh Shai going to bring, man. And then it says, verse 6, it says, even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwell upon the earth, which speak about the Israelites, starting with the elect, which is going to rule the earth after America is destroyed. People are not looking for us to rule. All right, we're basically the underdog. And it says, and the fowls shall take their flight away together. Right, so when the destruction comes, all right, when certain things happen, all right, the birds could basically, birds could sense danger. Really, animals for the most part could sense danger. That's why you read down, it says that how the wild beasts shall change their places in verse 8, right? And, animals have a certain level of instinct, and they can sense when danger's coming, so they'll basically migrate to other areas to find safety. All right, now here's the point, verse 7. And the Sodomitish Sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Right, so the noise and the voice is still talking about that nuclear destruction, that the great noise that the Lord's going to bring via the missiles. All right, and why is the sea synonymous, or the water synonymous with missiles? Well, when you go into the Sodomitish Sea, that's another name for the Dead Sea. All right, what you see I have up here, these tabs. All right, let's see here. So yeah, this website I have here, it's called McClintock and Strong Biblical Encyclopedia. All right, and this is Sodomitish Sea, and it says a name once given in the Apocrypha, 2 Esdras 5:5-3, to the Dead Sea. And it says, evidently from its supposed connection with the overthrow of Sodom. Striking illustration of this coincidence in name, which in some form has ever since clung to that lake, is found in the names of one or two natural features of that region. See Sodom. And it's no coincidence that America is also known as spiritual Sodom. So in Revelations 11:8, I believe. All right, but it speaks about how this is spiritual Sodom in Egypt. So the reason why it's making that correlation is because the Sodomitish Sea, or the Dead Sea, is known for having toxic waters, or as it says there, hypersaline waters, meaning that the water is very salty, um, and basically fish or sea creatures can't live there. And this is from Wikipedia. I just looked up Dead Sea. All right, it says the Dead Sea, also known by other names, is a salt lake bordered by Jordan to the east and west, in the West Bank, and Israel to the west. It lies at the Jordan River Valley, and its main tributary is the Jordan River. Right, so gives you the coordinates, the measurements of it. But it says, I'm gonna just jump down here. All right, you can read this all on your own for yourself. But it says this salinity, if I'm saying that right, makes for a harsh environment in which plants and animals cannot flourish. Hence, I try to highlight it, but hence its name, right? So it's called the Dead Sea for a reason. The waters are has a high level of salt, so plant life and animals can't flourish there. So what this is referring to is how after the destruction, because remember that's what is going into, how this land that was once rooted is going to be wasted. The waters are going to be so toxic, for lack of a better word, that the fish are going to cast themselves out, and basically the water is not going to be drinkable either, and it's going into the nuclear destruction. And this also links back to Revelations 8, which speaks about wormwood. Now let's read this, Revelations 8, and let's see. Right. Revelations 8, and I start at 10. It says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. So the star that fell, the star is referring to the nuclear missiles. When you read Revelation 6, where John says he saw the stars fall from heaven, and the heavens departed as a scroll, and there was a great earthquake. Those are the stars, a metaphor for the missiles. All right. So verse 11 is the point. It says, and the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. All right. Meaning the water, or the waters are going to be highly contaminated and toxic, to where you're not going to be able to drink it. It's going to be a high level of radiation. Okay, fish are going to die, so that's why it's making that correlation. All right, so yeah, that's basically what it's talking about. All right, verse 7 again. In the Sodomitish Sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known. Meaning that this type of destruction that's coming has never been seen or heard of before. All right, it says, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Everybody's going to, be aware of this great destruction the Lord's going to bring. Everybody's going to hear that noise that we just read in Peter's. All right, so that's basically what it's talking about. And then it goes on. All right, I think I covered this in the last video, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I mean, essentially, this links back to wormwood, Revelations 8. All right, how the missiles going to come, and because of the radiation is going to, the missiles going to hit everything. They're going to hit the land. They're going to hit America. They're going to hit the land, the land regions, and they're going to hit these rivers and lakes. So all of that is it's basically, like it says, it's going to become bitter. All right. So yeah, that's basically what it's talking about. I just want to do that real quick because I was going, doing a video yesterday on 2 Esdras 5 and 9. I figured, well, let me hit this 7th verse because that, some brothers or whoever might not know what that means, But then there's other videos out there with the apostles and brothers going into it, so it's not like it's just something new. But it was just on my spirit to just cover that because somebody asked a question the other day about this verse. So it's all through the spirit. All right. So Lord willing. All right. I think that was the point. I'll wrap it up there. Lord willing, you was edified, giving praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachak. And Lord willingly, spirit permit, I'll come back with another lesson. Shalom.